Hello students. Student, in the last lecture just we have discussed related to the inverse trigonometric functions properties, and where last property that we have discussed as sin inverse x plus cos inverse x will become pi by 2, as well as tan inverse x plus cot inverse x is also said to be the pi by 2, as well as we can say that the last one is sec inverse x plus cosec inverse x will become pi by 2. Is it to be clear? So all the properties are to be the very important for a student, and we hope that all of you are getting the properties as well. You have to do the practice also, because they some of the times in the examination basically the proof of these type of properties are to be asked. So we have to do the proof of each and every property, and carefully we will just solve the property, then definitely you will get the required result. Is that to be clear? In this section, student, today we are going to proceed this property section in further videos and today also, where we have to just discuss the very important section, that is property number 5. And in this property basically we will just discuss about the some basic part of addition and subtraction of some inverse trigonometric functions. Is it to be clear? So the in next property, this property basically required the addition or subtraction or subtraction of inverse trigonometric function, where just we have to think about the tan inverse x plus tan inverse y, tan inverse x minus tan inverse y, as well as cos inverse x plus cos inverse y, cos inverse x minus cos inverse y, sin inverse x plus sin inverse y, or sin inverse x minus sin inverse y. In the different type of situations we will get the some results of these addition and subtraction. So in this section just we will start with the very first part, that should be written as tan inverse x plus tan inverse y. Then what should be the result in this case? So definitely student, the tan inverse x plus tan inverse y will give the answer as tan inverse of x plus y divided by 1 minus xy, but there are some situations are to be there here. X is greater than 0, y is less than 0, and xy is less than 1. So how these conditions are to be obtained, we will just discuss also these things. And already in the very previous property, a very important two notes we have to just define, where we are saying that the domain should be intersection of the both side of the function. Means if we have to take the domain, then this should be the intersection of this side angle as well as this side part. So and for same angles that should be lie in the same quadrant. We have just discussed this thing. So by that part we have to just verify these conditions also, but we have to keep in mind such kind of formula, sometime the formula will be get reversed if we have to just reverse the condition. Is that to be clear? So only in these type of cases we have to just reverse the condition. One more formula you can just write here like this: pi plus tan inverse of x plus y upon 1 minus xy when x is greater than 0, y is greater than 0, and xy is greater than 1. So when the situation will get changed, then you will get the expression like this. Is that to be clear? So all these things we will just discuss in the proof section, how these results are to be get obtained one by one. And you can just take the condition as x less than 0, y less than 0, and xy greater than 1. Then the result will be minus pi plus tan inverse of x plus y upon 1 minus xy. But there should be no requirement for the point of view of class 12th NCERT mathematics student. Only these formulas are to be applicable in the various type of questions, because already we are saying that in our NCERT exercise basically 99.99% questions are to be belonging the domain part. Means definitely there should be no requirement of checking these type of conditions. Always without using the condition you can just use the basic formula, then you will get the answers. Is that to be clear? So now now the basic part is, student, how we will get the result like this. We will just discuss the proof of this property. After that we will just take the next part, that is tan inverse x minus tan inverse y, and similarly we will do the same procedure for the sin inverse x plus sin inverse y, sin inverse x minus sin inverse y, cos inverse x plus cos inverse y, and cos inverse x plus cos inverse y. Is it to be clear? So just we are doing the proof of this part first of all. So how these property will become? So let, in this case, let tan inverse of x, let tan inverse of x will become a, and suppose tan inverse of y will be taken as b. Is it to be clear? Then tan inverse of x, suppose any angle a we have to just assume here, and we are saying that tan inverse of y will be taken as b here. Now we are saying that, and you can say that we know that a very important formula of tan a plus b. We know that about the formula tan a plus b. So definitely tan a plus b will be written as tan a plus tan b upon 1 minus tan a into tan b. I think each and every student know very well about this formula, because in class 11th already just the addition, subtraction, all these kind of formula related to the tan, sin or cos already you have to discuss. So from where we are taking this result, because the proof of each and every inverse trigonometric formula, just we are using the trigonometric formula, and by using of them we have to just prove the inverse trigonometric properties. Now here you can say that this is tan inverse x equals to a, and here you can say that tan inverse y equals to b. Then from this section you will get x equals to tan a, and from this section you will get y equals to tan b. Is it to be clear? So in place of tan a and tan b we can just write as x or y. So definitely if we have to write the expression in terms of x and y, then you will write like this: x plus y divided by 1 minus xy. Is it to be clear? Now we have to take the inverse both sides. We have to take the inverse both sides. So definitely this will be written as tan inverse of tan a plus b, tan inverse of tan a plus b, and that should be written like this: tan inverse of x plus y upon 1 minus xy, means taking inverse both sides. So here just we are using tan inverse, and in before this part we have to use the tan inverse. Now a very important property, student, already the property number first is to be used here in this case, but we have to check the result of a plus b, because tan inverse of tan x will become x, but when it should be lie, when x should be lie from minus pi by 2 to plus pi by 2, you can say that. So definitely we have to check the result where a plus b will be lie. According to that we have to just do the processing of tan inverse of tan, and this will be the property first. You can say that this is the part of property number 1. now the conditions you can check here in this very first part. Here it is to be written as x is greater than 0 and y is less than 0. So student, we will take this part in the next page, but before that pause the video to note down these things. And now we will simplify the conditions that should be written here, and according to the condition we will just say the about why this particular part is said to be the a plus b, or somewhere it is said to be the a plus b minus pi, or somewhere it is to be written as minus pi of a plus b. These things we will just discuss, but before that you have to pause the video to note it down these things, so that the conditions we will get simplified in the next part. So I will just write this thing here. We will get the result as tan inverse of tan a plus b will be written as tan inverse of x plus y upon 1 minus xy. Is it to be clear? Now we will get the result of this part, but here the conditions that should be written as x is greater than 0 and y is less than 0. So here just we are assuming that tan inverse of x equals to a as well as tan inverse of y equals to b. We are just assuming these parts initially. So definitely student, tan inverse x a means you can say that this particular angle a will become 0 to pi by 2 definitely, and here tan inverse y, and in this case y is less than 0, so you can say that this particular angle b will lie from minus pi by 2 to, this particular angle b will lie from minus pi by 2 to 0. Is it to be clear? Now as per this inequality, or as per this inequality, we will get the result of a plus b. Then means we are just adding this part and this part, so you can just write the middle part as a plus b, and here 0 minus pi by 2 will become minus pi by 2, and here you can say that this is pi by 2 plus 0, so it will become pi by 2. So in this very first situation where we are taking the situation like this. Means you can just check the situation. In this very first situation we are taking x is greater than 0, y is less than 0. Means according to the situations, just we are saying that this particular x is greater than 0, so tan a is greater than 0, so a will lie in first quadrant. In first quadrant means a should be lie from 0 to pi by 2. Similarly, in this case y is less than 0, so this will lie in the fourth quadrant. You can say that means minus pi by 2 to pi by 2 means you can say that this is plus pi by 2, and here we are moving, then it is minus of pi by 2. Is that to be clear? So in this quadrant we can say that this angle B will lie from minus pi by 2 to 0. Is that to be clear? Now it is very clear situation. In this very first situation, if we have to take the condition as x greater than 0, y less than 0 and xy less than 1, then definitely here this a plus b lie in this minus pi by 2 to plus pi by 2, and this is the principal interval of the tan, you know very well. So definitely here you can write this part as a plus b, and you can write here tan inverse x plus y upon 1 minus xy. Is that to be clear? What is a? Again you can say that a will become as tan inverse x, and you can write here tan inverse y, and this will be written as tan inverse of x plus y divided by 1 minus xy, and in this case x is greater than 0, y is less than 0, and xy is less than 1. So easily student you can just do the proof of such type of conditions, where how the particular result is to be get obtained as per the given situations, you can just check here. Is that to be clear? So always we have to remember the conditions as well as the formula. The formula is to be derived with the help of some trigonometric formula. There should be no problem, but we have to keep in mind these things. Is it to be clear? Similarly student, another result is to be also said. You can just see here, we have to just write this result also. Tan inverse x plus tan inverse y equals to pi plus tan inverse x plus y upon 1 minus xy. But here the conditions you can check, x is greater than 0 and y is greater than 0, means both are said to be greater than 0. Then definitely x and y both are greater than 0. Then you can say that this particular x, and we can just take this part. Means suppose we have to just write the condition in the second part, tan inverse x plus tan inverse y will be written as pi plus, then how this particular pi will become? So we will check this part here, 1 minus xy, and here the condition is x is positive, y is positive, and xy is greater than 1. So how this particular result is to be get derived, we will just check this thing also, and after that similarly we can do the process, and easily you will get the required result. So basically in this section, how this pi will be written here, this thing we have to just check here. So again we have to take the condition x is greater than 0, y is greater than 0, then definitely both x and y will lie in the first quadrant, you can say that, and where you can say that the angle A should be lie from 0 to pi by 2, and this angle B will be also lie from 0 to pi by 2, because both are said to be greater than 0. Now if we have to add both the things, A plus B, then this is 0 and this is pi. So next proof we are taking for this property student. So just we are doing the proof of this part. Tan inverse of x plus tan inverse of y will become pi plus tan inverse x plus y upon 1 minus xy. This will be happen in this situation, x is greater than 0, y is greater than 0, and xy is greater than 1. Is it to be clear? So let tan inverse of x will be taken as A, and tan inverse of y will be taken as B, and you know very well the formula of tan A plus B. So we know that tan of A plus B will be written as tan A plus tan B divided by 1 minus tan A into tan B. Again we are doing the same job, means the similar kind of theory we have to use to prove this result also. So basically again you can say that tan inverse x equals to A, then tan A will become x. So you can write this result as tan A plus B will be written as x plus y divided by 1 minus xy. Is it to be clear? Now we have to take the inverse both side. So taking inverse both side, then it is said to be tan inverse of tan A plus B, and here you can say that this will be written as tan inverse of x plus y upon 1 minus xy. But here the situation we have to just handle as per the given conditions, x greater than 0, y greater than 0. So definitely student, the result should be changed here, because here the conditions you cannot write here a plus b, because this a plus b will be only in that case when a plus b should lie from minus pi by 2 to pi by 2, as we have to discussed in the previous case. So as per the situation, x is greater than 0 and y is greater than 0, then you can say that here this particular angle a should be lie from 0 to pi by 2, as well as this particular angle b also to said to be lie from 0 to pi by 2. And again just we have to add both the part, then a plus b. A plus b means you can say that this will be lie from 0 to pi by 2 plus pi by 2 will become pi. So definitely student, you can just check this thing. Here this particular a plus b should lie in the first quadrant as well as in the second quadrant also. So where we know very well about the graph, and you can say that 0 to pi means you are saying that in these quadrants this is said to be the pi. So here y, here x axis, and you can say that, so in these quadrants this particular a plus b should be lie. But in the case of inverse, we are saying a very important section. If a plus b lie from minus pi by 2 to plus pi by 2, then tan inverse of tan x will become written as x. But here this particular a plus b should lie in this interval 0 to pi, means directly we cannot write this thing. So we know very well about the graph of tan inverse of tan x, because this graph we have to already discuss. So we have to make the graph like this. Here open interval we have to take, and similarly this is the pi by 2. Next we have to take this particular type of interval, and here we have to take the pi. So definitely 0 to pi means we have to take this interval as well as this interval. So if we have to take only 0 to pi by 2, then it will become a plus b. But outside of this particular part we will take this part also. So for this part we will just obtain this particular graph. Is that to be clear? And here this line will represent as y equals to x, you know very well. This is the graph of tan inverse of tan x. Already you have to just check this graph from your previous theory and previous videos, but where we have to just discuss the three important graphs: sin inverse of sin x, cos inverse of cos x, and tan inverse of tan x, where this particular line will represent it as y equals to x, because it's said to be taken from minus pi by 2 to plus pi by 2. And here this particular line will be represented as y equals to x minus pi. We have to write this particular part is said to be the x minus pi, and here according to the situation this particular a plus b lie in this second quadrant. This particular pi lie in the second quadrant. So definitely for the second quadrant this particular result will be represented as x minus pi. X is what? X is here a plus b. So here tan inverse of tan x. So in this case this x will become as a plus b. So this y will become a plus b minus pi. So definitely this result will be written as a plus b minus pi. Now you can say that this particular part is to be get cancelled out, and you can just one more important section you can just here do. If you are just confusing regarding to this result, then you can just make this interval in minus pi by 2 to plus pi by 2. You have to just make the interval as minus pi by 2 to plus pi by 2. For this part just we have to subtract. We have to subtract minus pi by 2, means 0 minus pi by 2. Here you can just take the minus pi by 2 here, then minus pi by 2 means this is minus pi by 2, this is a plus b minus pi by 2, and this is pi minus pi by 2. So definitely pi minus pi by 2 will become pi by 2. So we have to make the interval, but student just we are not using the pi by 2, because on behalf of the transformation formula you can say that tan pi by 2 plus theta will be you can say that tan pi by 2 plus theta will be cot theta, means the particular trigonometric function will transform into the another. So we will just use the plus or minus pi here. That's why we have to just check the interval, and according to that we have to do the process. That's why if we are using this expression for this remaining interval pi by 2 to pi, because this a plus b will be written from 0 to pi, then definitely this particular graph is to be get available x y equals to x minus pi, and in place of x you can just write here a plus b. Then definitely this whole part will be written as a plus b minus pi, and here there should be no problem, tan inverse of x plus y upon 1 minus xy. And finally if we will write the result, then a plus b will be written as pi plus, this pi will taken in this side, then pi plus tan inverse of x plus y upon 1 minus xy. So in this way you can just write now the a as tan inverse x and b as tan inverse y, and you will get the required result. So definitely student, in the case of inverse trigonometric formulas, you have to just keep in mind the one important section, how the particular inverse will be get cancelled out here. For that we have to just discuss these type of graph, because in these type of proofs these graphs are to be very important, and so many required results according to the conditions you will get here. Suppose we have to change the condition x less than 0, y less than 0 and xy is greater than 1, then definitely the result should be changed. Is it to be clear? So as per the required result, we have to just do the processing, and we have to keep in mind each and everything related to the theory part that we have to already discuss, because these things are to be used here. Otherwise you don't know why this pi is to be coming here. Is it to be clear? So if anyone else know about this graph, then definitely he or she can explain how this particular a plus b will be written as a plus b minus pi. As per this line y equals to x minus pi, we have to write this result. Is it to be clear? So the proof are very important in these cases where addition and subtraction of the inverse trigonometric functions will take place. Is it to be clear? And always student, the questions are to be coming from these sections, because these formulas are to be applicable as these are the some addition cases. We will also discuss about the subtraction cases, and this is the case of tan inverse x. Now we will also take the sin inverse x plus sin inverse y, cos inverse x plus cos inverse y. Each and every case we will take in a very systematic manner, and where you can just check the required conditions also. Is it to be clear? So the next case student we will take. Before that you have to just pause the video to note it down the proof of this particular second formula, and then we will take the subtraction of the inverse tan inverse x minus tan inverse y, means inverse trigonometric functions subtractions we have to use here. Is that to be clear? So the next, here just we have to take the tan inverse x minus tan inverse of y. Here a standard condition we will just discuss here. In this particular part the result is to be written as tan inverse of x minus y upon 1 plus xy, where you can just say that xy, here you can just write down the result where you are saying that xy is greater than minus 1. xy is greater than minus 1. Is it to be clear? So we have to just keep in mind the theory part, so that easily you will get the required result. Now how the particular proof is to be written, so only just we will know about the proof, then definitely let tan inverse of x will be taken as a, as well as tan inverse of y will be taken as b, and from this section you can say that x will be written as tan a, and from this section y will be written as tan b. Is it to be clear? Now you can say that we know that tan of a plus b, sorry, a minus b here, because just we have to do the formula of subtraction, then we will use the formula tan a minus b here. So I think each and every student know very well tan a minus b, that is tan a minus of tan b divided by 1 plus tan a multiply with tan b, and you know very well this tan a will become x, and here tan b will become y. So definitely in place of tan a you can write here x minus y divided by 1 plus x of y. So this will be the result of tan a minus b, and you can just see taking inverse both side. So this will be written as tan inverse of tan a minus b, and here you can write tan inverse of x minus y upon 1 plus xy, means taking inverse both sides. Now in this side no problem is to be there, but in this side here just we have to say that this tan inverse will be vanish with this tan or not, means this will tan inverse will cancel out this tan or not, where we have to check the condition a minus b. Suppose a minus b will be lie in the interval minus pi by 2 to plus pi by 2, then you can say, otherwise you cannot say. Is it to be clear? So definitely student we have to just think about the condition. Suppose we have to take the condition as x greater than 0 and y greater than 0. Then definitely this angle A should be lie from 0 to pi by 2, and this angle B is also said to be the 0 to pi by 2. Here just we have to subtract both the part. Then definitely this part will be written as minus pi by 2, here minus B, and here just we have to write 0, because just we will multiply this inequality with the negative sign. Then definitely the inequality, sign of inequality will get also changes. So we will just change the place here. So definitely we have multiply this part. Now we will add this part and this part. Then definitely this will be automatically set to be the A minus B. So this A minus B will be taken from minus pi by 2 to plus pi by 2. So in this situation we are taking this case. You can take many more cases and corresponding formulas you will just obtain here. So we have to just check A minus B here. So A minus B will become minus pi by 2 to plus pi by 2. So definitely here in this case where we are taking the condition x is greater than 0 and y is greater than 0, you can say that this particular A minus B should lie in this interval minus pi by 2 to plus pi by 2, and where this tan inverse of tan x will become x. So here you can write A minus B, and this will be written as tan inverse of x minus y upon 1 plus xy. Now in place of A you can write here tan inverse x, and just in place of B we have to write tan inverse of y, and after that you can write down the result tan inverse of x minus y upon 1 plus xy. Is it to be clear? But the very important thing is the condition part, because as per the given condition we have to use this result, otherwise we cannot say about the result. Means result will get changes if we have to just change the conditions. Is it to be clear? So this is the standard formula related to the subtraction of the inverse trigonometric function tan inverse x. Is it to be clear? Similarly student, we will just do the proof of some other formulas in this property, where we have to discuss about the sin inverse x plus sin inverse y, sin inverse x minus sin inverse y, as well as we will also discuss with about the cos inverse x plus cos inverse y and cos inverse x minus cos inverse y. Before that you have to just pause the video to note it down the answer. Then we will take the next section of this property, in which we have to take the sin inverse x plus sin inverse y and sin inverse x minus sin inverse y. Is it to be clear? So the next part we are taking in this property, as we will just write down the formula sin inverse x plus sin inverse of y. Sin inverse of x plus sin inverse of y. So the formula will be written like this: sin inverse of x root 1 minus y square plus y root 1 minus x square. Is it to be clear? Now the condition is to be written like this. Here the condition you can say that x that should be greater than or equals to minus 1, and y is less than equals to 1, and x square plus y square that should be obtained as less than or equals to 1. So such type of conditions we will just use here, because as per the given condition student we have to write the result, because you know very well this particular sign will become sin inverse has the principal value from minus pi by 2 to plus pi by 2. So as per the required process we have to use the result. Is that to be clear? So now we will see the proof of this section, how this property will become. So again the same kind of theory in the proof section we have to use. Again we can say that let this sin inverse of x will become taken as A, and sin inverse of y will be taken as B. Then definitely x will be written as sin A from here, and from here you can say that y will become sin B. Now again a very important formula, I think you know very well. We know that sin of A plus B. What is sin of A plus B? So definitely student, I think you know very well sin of A plus B, that should be written as sin A cos B plus cos A sin B. This formula we have to keep in mind, because in class 11 already such kind of addition, subtraction formula related to the sin, cos, tan already you have to discuss. And if you are not knowing this formula, then remember the formula always, because in entire calculus just we have to use such kind of formulas that should be applicable in the trigonometry. So now we can say one important thing here, sin A. So sin A you can write the x, but what should be the value of cos B? So definitely you know very well sin B will be y, then what should be the cos B? So definitely you know very well sin square theta plus cos square theta will become 1. This is the standard identity. So basically if sin B equals to 1, then cos B will be written as under root of 1 minus y square. So by using the identity you can write the value of this cos B as square root of 1 minus y square. Is it to be clear? Similarly, you know very well this cos sin A will be taken as x. Then what should be the answer of cos A? So cos A will be written as square root of 1 minus x square, and sin B is written as y. So definitely this sine of A plus B you can write here, and now taking inverse both side you can write here, taking sine inverse both side, taking sine inverse both sides. So this will be written as sine inverse of sine A plus B, and here you can write the sine inverse of x root 1 minus y square plus y under root 1 minus x square. Is it to be clear? Now as per the property number 1, what is the result of sine inverse of sine A plus B? So in the different cases we will get the different result, and I think you know very well about the graph of sine inverse of sine x. Sine inverse of sine x graph will be plotted like this. I think you know very well about this graph. We have to already discuss this about this graph. So this is said to be the 0. Here you can take pi by 2. This is pi, and here you can take 3 pi by 2. Here you will take 2 pi, and in this particular line you will represent it as y equals to x. Here you can write the pi minus x, and here you will write the y equals to 2 x minus 2 pi, like this. Is it to be clear? So in different intervals you will get the result as y equals to x, y equals to pi minus x, means from minus pi by 2, this is said to be the minus pi by 2. So in this from plus pi by 2 to minus pi by 2, this will become y equals to x. Is it to be clear? So definitely if we will take the condition x is less than or equals to 1, x is greater than equals to minus 1, and y is less than equals to 1, then definitely we are saying that this particular a plus b will be taken from minus pi by 2 to plus pi by 2. Is it to be clear? No problem, because as per the given condition, this particular thing x is greater than minus 1, so this will give the result as minus pi by 2, and here this will give the result pi by 2. So definitely a plus b will be taken from minus pi by 2 to plus pi by 2. So in this case you can just write this part as a plus b as per the given condition, because this particular condition will give the result of a plus b as from minus pi by 2 to plus pi by 2. Is it to be clear? And you can use the different interval like pi by 2 to 3 pi by 2, and after that you can take so many intervals, and according to that you can use the result. So the formula will get changes. Somewhere it is to be written as minus pi plus sine inverse this, sometime it is pi plus sine inverse of this, means in different kind of intervals according to the conditions you can take the interval and you can just simplify the things. But we have to keep in mind these type of graphs. These are the very important section, and according to these graphs you have to just manipulate the things. So in this case basically you can write here a plus b, and this will be written as sine inverse of x root 1 minus y square plus y root 1 minus x square. Is it to be clear? And here a is what? You can say that a is sine inverse x, and b is what? B is to be taken as sine inverse y. So this is the required formula that we have to write here, sine inverse x plus sine inverse y. So the basic strategy behind the proof of each and every addition and subtraction formula is the some trigonometric formula of addition and subtraction, as tan a plus b, sin a plus b, cos a plus b, tan a minus b, sin a minus b, or cos a minus b. Is it to be clear? But we have to just think about that conditions. Student, whenever we have to simplify the question of NCERT, then we will not take these situations, because already I am saying that each and every question of NCERT will belongs to the corresponding domain where the standard case y equals to x is only to be used. as you can take tan inverse of tan x, as you can take cos inverse of cos x, as you can take sin inverse of sin x, no problem. Means we have to just keep in mind these conditions, but whenever we are just ignoring these things and directly we have to apply the formula and you will just simplify the question, then there should be no problem in NCERT textbook. As per the board level, there should be no problem to write these conditions and just we have to simplify the conditions. But as per the competition level, just we have to think about these conditions, and according to the condition we have to write the particular result from these graphs. Is it to be clear? So where the graphs are to be again very important for us. Is it to be clear? Now the next we will take here sin inverse x minus sin inverse y. Before that, student pause the video to note it down the answer. And next part again we are taking as sin inverse x minus sin inverse y. So the next part we are taking as sin inverse of x minus sin inverse of y, and again the similar kind of result you will obtain here, only the change is the negative sign here. The same kind of result you will obtain in this case, but we have to just change the sign. Here minus sign is to be there, y under root of 1 minus x square, and the same conditions you will write here. X is greater than equals to minus 1, y is less than or equals to 1, as well as x square plus y square is less than or equals to 1. Similar kind of situation you will also to be get for this part. Is it to be clear? Now, how the particular proof of this property is to be obtained. So for this part, let sin inverse of x will be taken as A and sin inverse of y will be taken as B. Then x is what? X will be taken as sin A, and here y is to be taken as sin B. Now you can say that we know that sin of A minus B. Now we will write the formula of sin of A minus B, and in this formula you know very well this is to be written as sin A cos B minus cos A sin B. This is to be written as sin A cos B minus cos A sin B. Is it to be clear? Now we have to just put the value of sin A. Sin A will become x here, so it will be taken as x. What should be the cos B? Here you know very well about the sin B. Sin B is to be taken as y. Then from the property sin square theta plus cos square theta equals to 1, you can just obtain the answer of cos B. So the cos B will be written as under root of 1 minus y square. Similarly, the cos A you will write here under root of 1 minus x square, and this sin B you can write here y. So after that we have to take inverse, or you can say that taking sin inverse both sides. You have to take the inverse both side, then it should be written as sin inverse of sin A minus B, and this part will be written as sin inverse of x under root of 1 minus y square minus y under root of 1 minus x square. Now the thing is depend on this part, how this particular part is to be get solved, and why this is to be taken as a minus b is to be taken what means, if suppose a minus b lies, if a minus b will belongs to the minus pi by 2 to plus pi by 2, then definitely we know that then sin inverse of sin x will be taken as x. You know very well about this property, because already the property first we have to discuss in this exercise, where we have to just see about this result, where in this situation x is greater than equals to minus 1 or y is less than or equals to 1. Again student, you will get the result as a minus b will lie in the interval minus pi by 2 to plus pi by 2, because sin of minus theta will be again written as sin theta, no problem. So definitely here you can write the expression as a minus b, and this will be written as sin inverse of x under root 1 minus y square minus y under root of 1 minus x square. Is it to be clear? So student, each and every property will be discussed in your NCERT in a standard case, means where though no particular situation is to be get handled like this, then if we have to remember this result and each and every question of NCERT, if we have to apply the result, then definitely you will get the answer. So don't be confused how these conditions are to be written, why these are to be written here, and how these conditions is to be get applicable. So this is not so for important in this class 12th board, as per the board level, these conditions are not said to be very important, because all the formulas, all the questions are to be belonging to the only the standard case. So where there should be no confusion in front of you, and you can just take the each and every trigonometric, inverse trigonometric function in the standard case only. So the 99.99% cases you will get able to get the answers, and in examination just we have to think about the answers. Is it to be clear? So just we have to simplify the addition and subtraction part, where easily you can get the results, and results will be easily to be cleared with each and every student. Sometime the proof of these things are to be get asked, so we have to keep in mind such kind of proofs. Is it to be clear? One more part, student, we will get discuss here related to the cos inverse x plus cos inverse y and cos inverse x minus cos inverse y. So before that, pause the video to note it down the proof of this part, then we will start the next part of this property. Like, we will write both the result here, cos inverse x plus cos inverse y. Here you can just say that cos inverse xy plus under root of 1 minus x square under root of 1 minus y square. As well, we can just see about this part, cos inverse x minus cos inverse y. Then the result should be written like this, here plus, then it should be minus. It should be minus. Remember this. And here this negative, then here you have to write the plus sign. And why these are to be plus or minus, we will check this part here. So now in both the property we have to take the some standard case, means y equals to x, and I think you know very well about the graph of cos inverse of cos x. Cos inverse of cos x function will give the graph like this. This is the graph of cos inverse cos x. I think each and every student know very well. This line is said to be y equals to x. This line is said to be y equals to minus x. Here this is said to be 0. Here this is said to be pi. This is 2 pi. Then it is 3 pi, like this. So this line will be represented as y equals to 2 pi minus x. And here x minus 2 pi. This line will be obtained as y equals to x minus 2 pi, like this. Is it to be clear? So I think you know very well. So we are just taking these formula in this situation only, means 0 to pi. 0 to pi we have to take each and every, means each and every addition and subtraction of inverse trigonometric function, just we have to discuss in their principal values. So there should be no requirement to take the conditions, to handle the conditions, and as per the graph you have to take only this part, y equals to x, and this y equals to x only lie in the principal value of the given inverse trigonometric function. So here again we have to discuss this formula in this situation. Now you can see the proof of either of the part. Similarly you can do the proof of next part. So here suppose we have to discuss this thing, then let cos inverse of x will be taken as a and cos inverse of y will be taken as b. Now you can say that we know that cos a plus b. So I think each and every student know very well about the formula of cos a plus b. So cos a plus b can be written as cos a cos b minus sin a sin b. As per the formula will represent here plus and here minus, then according to this part here plus, then it should be minus. We have to just keep in mind this thing. Now you have to just put the value cos a and cos b. So from here cos a will become x and here cos b will become y. So it will be written as x into y, and here cos a will be written as x, then sin a will be written as root of 1 minus x square, and it should be written as root of 1 minus y square. Is it to be clear? Now taking inverse both sides, so you can write here cos inverse of cos a plus b will be taken as cos inverse of xy minus under root of 1 minus x square or under root of 1 minus y square. So again I am saying student, this particular a plus b lies from 0 to pi. 0 to pi. In this situation we have to take the equation of y equals to x, or you can say that here cos inverse of cos x will be taken as x. So just we are doing the situation in the situation where the principal values of each and every inverse trigonometric functions will hold, So definitely here you can write a plus b, then a plus b will be taken as cos inverse of xy minus under root of 1 minus x square under root of 1 minus y square. Is it to be clear? Now a will be what? Cos inverse x, b is what? Cos inverse y. So the formula will become cos inverse x plus cos inverse y is to be taken as cos inverse of xy minus under root of 1 minus y square into under root of 1 minus x square. So similar way you can just do the proof of this second part also, where again we have to write the formula of cos a minus b, means here cos a minus b, then here the plus sign will be there, and again as per this situation we have to already says that these conditions are always taken in the principal values. That's why we have to write cos inverse of cos a plus b as a plus b directly. Is it to be clear? And as per your NCERT syllabus, as per your NCERT and board level, you have to just write the situation directly, because all the questions are to be belonging to the principal range and domain. Is it to be clear? So there should be no requirement to handle the conditions, and directly you can use the results to get the required questions. Is it to be clear? So student, here just we have to discuss the sum addition and subtraction property related to the inverse trigonometric function in this video. Just we have to keep in mind each and every formula, and just we have to know about the basic proof. In each and every property we have to see the proof on behalf of trigonometric functions always. So we have to keep in mind the trigonometric formulas. Sometimes some simplest form questions are to be also asked, where any of the given expression is to be given and we have to write that expression in the standard form. Then definitely we have to use the some trigonometry and some use of trigonometric substitution. We will just discuss this thing in the later on properties, but we have to keep in mind the particular required formula of trigonometry, because these are the very important section for the simplifying inverse trigonometric functions. Is it clear? So student, in this video we have to just discuss the very important property for examination point of view and for your exercise 2.2 point of view also, where all the questions are to be belonging either addition, either subtraction of inverse trigonometric functions, and we have to just use the property to simplify the questions. Is it to be clear? In next video student, we will just discuss some more properties section, and that should be also related to the trigonometric formulas. So before reading the next part, you have to just learn the each and every trigonometric formula, so that the property section will be get automatically proved and you can just easily learn the property. Is it to be clear? So here each and every property related to the inverse trigonometric function is based on the trigonometry. So if we have to know about the particular formula of trigonometry and we know very well about the formula of trigonometry, then definitely you can able to solve the question, otherwise you will face the problem. And in entire calculus part, entire mathematics of class 12 student, basically in each and every chapter the trigonometric functions is to be used, and without the help of trigonometry you cannot do the calculation for the integration, differentiation, and in many more sections also. So always try to learn the each and every formula, and daily you will do the practice of this formula, and after that there should be no problem in the entire calculus as well as in this particular inverse trigonometric functions. Is it to be clear? So in next video student, we will meet with the some more properties related to the inverse trigonometric function, but till that you have to just keep in mind the addition and subtraction part of the given properties. Is it to be clear? So thank you. We will meet with the some important property, and you have to just learn the basic formula of trigonometry also. Thank you.